Cool. So hey, we're live, everybody.
Hey!
All right. Hey, Twitch, welcome back to another game of Voyage of the Fallen Star. I am Zach, your GM, and, well, we have a very dire situation going down. So let's get Bungo Barleybrook's perspective on this as the ship's bard and bosun.
Bruh. This is what I would call a bruh moment.
In a word, bruh.
Yeah. Yeah, the situation as you state is dire. We are face to face with a well, let's run down the adjectives. He is a giant, number 1. He is a mummy, number 2. He is covered in scrolls, number 3. He has inflicted mummy rot on me and Kylum and fucked us both up, number 4. So, that's the situation currently. Things have been better. That said, we are rejoined by the wonderful Chad/Varanus. And we're so happy to have him back. So I feel optimistic about our chances again.
The ash creature or something like
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to be back, and yeah, I've got just as much catching up on things. It sounds like as maybe some folks watching us do. I will say, at a glance, as a fire-based dragonborn, when I see something made of scrolls, maybe maybe I can help out here.
Well, the sad thing is that as we apply fire to him, it destroys the scrolls, which we could theoretically recover if we win the fight. But
I may say it may not be the focus of this fight anymore.
I
Recovering
understand.
scrolls.
I'm just trying. Yeah,
I need those scrolls.
just want to point out.
Yeah.
Just want to point out there is an opportunity
it is good
cost.
to point that out because definitely several scrolls have already been burned away due to the fire magic of the captain.
Can you roll a dice to tell us
And
if
Bungo.
they were really good ones or bad ones? Like
It's like 3 wish scrolls. Just
You would have to be able to read magic in order.
those
to
are the 3 that burned
figure
up.
that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We spent the whole campaign chasing one wish, only to burn away 3. Okay. Yes. A good point. One of our party is down, so that's got to be first.
2,
order
right?
business.
I mean,
Oh!
one more so than the other, but like,
Yeah. So Bungo is on the edge, teetering on the edge of consciousness.
see.
He's exactly at 0, but was pulled to safety by Bolo Tintugger, the dwarven. Yes, Bolo Tintugger,
Yes,
the
yes.
dwarven.
I don't know what you
artificer.
felt
Dwarven
you had to
artificer.
clarify there. Oh, that it's a very normal name.
the short folk look out for each other.
He's from the Tintugger clan, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of the 10 tuggers, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
It's a distant relative of the bronze jerkers.
Rivals, some might even say. Yeah.
No, you polish bronze. You don't jerk bronze.
Oh, that's right. That's well played. Well played.
I can see our maturity level is right where I left it. This is great.
Absolutely.
Tug 10.
So yeah, he's a 0. I am not a 0. I'm at a number
Yeah,
lower
I
than
see.
0.
So
You might
Kylum
say-
is currently in a small crater, formed by his.
Have you seen Dragon Ball
body.
Z?
Of course.
Yeah.
I got Yamcha.
I see.
And currently, he is suffering a grievous internal injury, a lingering injury. The captain and sweetness? No,
I mean, I slid through that thing. I think I did something kind of heroic, didn't I?
you did on this one. You stabilized Tyler.
This
Yes.
time.
Yes, you were able to stop Kylum from bleeding out for sure, because he was that hair's breadth away from death after that one mega punch.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is Hair's Breath Hair or Hare?
I think it's the
believe
breath
it's
of a single
H-A-I-R.
hair. H-A-R-E.
I was wondering if hares had
No.
like very light breathing.
Yeah. I mean,
Don't know.
Internet, tell us.
Yeah, put it in chat. Send it to our inbox at we don't have an inbox at notarealthing.com.
Well,
So yeah, I want to point out like this part of what makes this such a troublesome situation is the mummy rot curse, right? So both Bungo and I suffer from it, so we can't recover HP until the curse is fixed. But we are at 0 and -20 respectively.
Mm-hmm. How did he afflict them with mummy rot? Was it through touching them? Oh, off.
it's when the mummy strikes, which it is still currently alive, or undead rather. Yeah, when it strikes you, it you need to make a saving throw to resist the mummy rot, and both of them had failed.
we need to get blessed up or something to help our saves, maybe, is what I'm hearing. Or maybe.
Though, yes, the mummy, the giant scrawled mummy is now just flailing in agony, it seems, because of all the fire it's been subjected to. And even Bolo's last action was to squirt a blast of grease under this thing's footing and causing it to slip and fall. So now it is a, mummy covered in grease.
Gotcha.
On the ground, because it fell.
It might be time. It might be time to just say, fuck off to all these scrolls.
I thought you were going to say fuck off to your party, Kyle and Zach Bungo.
No! Well,
yes,
all right. I'll double check what the scrolls are and then decide.
So, yes, Kylum, you are stabilized, and technically, you don't actually go to the negative, right?
Yes.
Hit point total, right?
Yeah, I believe
so
you
you
don't.
are at
I think you are 0,
zero.
right? Yeah. The -20 that's written there is more for dramatic effect than
Sure.
like rules as written.
Yes, the problem is you have this internal bleeding going on, and your armor has been like crunched and cinched onto your body, right? Like from that massive blow.
Yeah.
Meaning that until some of the pressure is relieved, you're gonna still need to make death saving throws.
Yeah,
Yikes.
For dramatic effect.
I'm sorry, Zach. I lost that just a little bit with Tag running around. Can you say it one more time? So why is he?
So Kylum, you stabilized him from like sort of immediately dying after that one massive hit, but because he's got this internal major injury and his armor is sort of cinched onto him, creating all this extra pressure on his insides. He still needs to make death saving throws until his armor is sort of like
pried off of him.
Off a bit, yeah. Maybe not totally off, but at least.
Practical question.
Just to be safe.
I wonder, in my absence, I'm looking at my sheet here, and I see some of my stuff's been used. I don't know if this is left over from the last time I updated it, or if anyone's been.
I've been playing him usually, So
okay, so whatever's here, I should just go by, right?
Currently, he has his dragon breath spell active, but it is a breath of cold because he was concerned about not burning the scrolls.
I like it. Very cool.
Yeah. So Kyle, I need a death saving throw.
Okay, here we go.
Come on.
Death. Let's see. Where's my nat 20 button? Hang on.
Yeah.
Don't forget to impersonate your characters and roll 20. So it shows your.
Oh, yeah.
So that was Mark.
Well, it
the
wasn't
human
a
being.
one.
The reality is that I actually suffered from a critical.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay, so
I think
that's
you
a 2.
dropped a 0.
That's a 2.
All right, so Kylum marches towards the grave. If you were conscious, you could feel your skin starting to itch as your wounds begin to almost immediately fester and sort of peel back as the rot starts to.
I'm unconscious, so I experienced none of that,
Yeah.
actually.
Right. You just have some nightmare to simulate that going on. The captain. Well, he's going to use his bonus action to try and finish off. This creature.
Do it, please.
Yeah. So it needs to make a dexterity saving throw, which it is bad at. Oh boy. And it takes 18 fire damage because it is vulnerable, and the mummy, shrieking in agony, starts to wither, and you can see its corpse from the inside out almost starts to burn and disintegrate, and then the scrolls, the remaining unburnt scrolls, slowly flitter around in the ash pile to the ground. I got him!
Wait. Oh.
Good work, team. However, I need someone to make me a 1, 2,
Blarg.
3, 4.
That's dying for good work.
6. I need someone to make me a D6 roll.
I'm on it. I'm back,
All right.
and I'm feeling.
We got a volunteer.
Let's
Dice.
see here.
1, 2. All right.
That's
Not
fine.
bad,
You'll warm up to it. It'll get better.
Yeah. I gotta build.
So, well, yeah. That determined which other scroll was burnt off up in that last attack.
Okay.
Right, so the mummy starts flailing. Omarin immediately douses the flaming sphere now. He's like, well, I guess we'll still act in turns because people are in peril.
Am I still afflicted by the
Yes.
thing that you messaged me?
Yes.
Okay.
And
I think my sweetness would still shout. Someone come help me with Kylum.
Yeah, I'll rush over. I do have a
Blarg.
healing potion. I'll hold it in my hand and be ready to use it, but I'll sort of wait and see what the doctor here has in store. But I if need be, I can use this.
Bed rest. He'll need lots of bed rest.
well, so Sweetness, yeah, you came to stabilize Kylum, but now you're seeing his affliction starting to, take hold, and you, as a doctor, you don't know what to make of it. You can make a history check if you want to try and identify
Sure.
the,
I do.
affliction.
Diagnosis is the first step.
Baroness, you could also, make an Arcana check.
Nor the advantage.
Actually,
sure.
It doesn't matter. I got 12 either way.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. Well, obviously, you've never come across undead like this before, Baroness. Sweets, yeah, you can definitely tell there is some sort of affliction at work spread by the mummy. That you believe your normal skill will not be able to overcome.
I think I guess through what little bits of his armor and stuff I can see. But I don't really know what it is. I'm just sort of realizing that it's
Right.
I recognize and that it's magical. Am I realizing?
Yeah. Well, right. There's some. Yeah. It's some supernatural cause.
What does
for this.
Aragorn say? This is beyond my skill to repair.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say. You know,
Yeah.
he needs elvish medicine.
Wow.
So Veritas, what are you up to when?
I guess, he's not stable, right? We need to get it. We need to still get him stable. Is that the idea?
Well, you need to basically loosen his armor, his crushed red armor from his body.
Well, you know what? We're going into ER mode. I know that it's been well established in this story that Kylam does not like, nor does he take off his armor.
We're gonna do this by feel. Tie a blindfold around my.
I'm gonna just try. I'm, pretty strong, if nothing else. I don't know about how careful these scaled hands are, but I will try to pry the armor loose such that it gives him some literal breathing room.
Are you using? So you're just using your claws basically to get in there?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But I realize that there is this touching of mummy rot that could, I don't want to spread to me. So perhaps I try to do it without touching his skin, but really just pry back the armor.
Mm-hmm. Well, probably he's wearing some sort of arming jacket or vest, underneath.
Yeah, Gamberson or something like that.
But all right, so you're being careful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you do have scales rather than skin. It's not porous. So make me an athletics check. But due to your caution here, I'm gonna give you a -2 on the roll.
Okay. And what skill did you say I would use?
Athletics, because you're just using your strength to
yeah,
these plates.
Okay, and we can deduct it from -2 from the total, I suppose.
Hey.
All right.
Hey,
so with the -2, it's a 19.
That's still very good. So you're able to. You tap into your draconic heritage, their mighty strength of the gold dragons, and you're able to start, loosening the plates significantly. So giving Sweetness probably enough room to restabilize him for good.
Can you work with this, Doc?
I think so. What would you like from me?
Well, it is Bungo's turn first.
Aha! Oh no, we were gonna have to make him save again. Fuck. Oh no, you go before him. Never mind.
Well. I guess Bolo's the nearest guy to me.
It is true.
Well,
but remember, you can't take any actions or.
Oh.
Right, because you're incapacitated, right? You're in this maybe you're having trouble breathing, right? You're on the edge of consciousness. But you're in your helmet. You hear these whispers. Just in roll 20.
Oh, I see.
Oh boy.
Oh, that sounds great. Yeah, I dig what these voices are saying.
Interesting. All right. So,
oh boy.
What voices? What the fuck?
You feel this soothing warmth start radiating from your helm. Your trusty, reliable, wonderful helm.
Yes.
And you feel the benefit of the aid spell, which raises your maximum hit points and current hit points by 5.
Oh.
It doesn't restore your hit points.
Oh my god. How long do you have to think to come up with that one?
Not long.
What, dude?
Jeez. Hey.
Okay, great.
It's good. I'll be honest.
So basically, you now have 1 use per day of aid.
Okay.
In the helmet, from the helmet as well.
Is that an action for that to activate?
Yeah, so that'll be your action for this turn, basically.
Okay.
Your consent.
Then can I drag myself up to my feet because I'm prone, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I take a few, just like a stumbling step towards Bolo. And unfortunately, no one else is back here besides Bolo and Omarin, but they perhaps see a confused look in my eye as I'm approaching Bolo. But yeah, that'll be it for me.
All right. Well, the mummy's dead. All right, so Sweetness, you have the chance now that Varanus has quickly pried up these plates, exposing Kylem's, well, part of Kylem's torso.
What does Kylem's partially exposed torso look like?
Dragonborn.
I mean, I guess it would be
Ripped.
yeah, like fairly like muscular, hairless chest, pale,
Muscular, hairless chest.
not
Elfie.
Yeah, I'm trying to describe an elf here, obviously. Like muscular, but like not like jacked muscular, but like toned, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Smooth, pristine, like ivory almost, like that.
No, like evil tattoos of plot
I just
twists
imagine
that are
he looks
haunt
like
us later, or
Yeah, Sting is like not a bad starting spot if you want to like mentally go there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, of course, it's Sting, but with a lot more. The entire chest is just black from the amount of blood that is pooling inside.
That's true.
You're broken.
Sting if he got hit by like several trucks in a row.
Yeah.
Sweetness will still take a moment and appreciate, this physique and to wonder why Kylem hides it so. All right. Yeah. Should I? Is this a medicine check to stabilize?
Yes, just a medicine check, not just.
Yeah.
Because it's
I'm in
going
hot.
to be difficult.
Hey.
It almost looked like a 3, but
I know.
the doctors
Drop it.
takes
Good.
that steadying breath. You inhale. You've still got that taste of ash in your mouth from having tasted the ash from the pots outside. So that steadying breath comes with, makes you cough a little bit, but your hands calm and you're able to, well, hopefully stop that bleeding for the moment.
I'm still all like blah though, like
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're completely unconscious, right? Gone. Down.
Why?
I'm like, he's breathing. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's medicine.
It's medicine.
Bolo's like, it looks like we got it. Well, Bungo, you look well, lad.
Ready?
Well, I guess I can't see your face. Never mind.
I just cock my boomstick.
Drop it. Good.
Boy, good thing Kyla wasn't awake to watch what's coming next.
What are you? Is that ash spirit threatening us still? And he raises his trusty wrench, looking around for trouble. I guess he'll take ready in action for if the spirit comes around.
Jesus.
Basically, well,
I really hope you like shoot something behind him and you're like, "Don't worry, I got your back."
Yeah.
since Omar's the only one here, he starts going inside. He's like, "Oh, you'll get sewered out, Bungo. I need to make sure my XO is okay." So that's something, Omar.
Yes,
He needs his XO
the thing
to
he
manage.
says all the time.
Right. He needs his first mate to manage the crew, right? Because otherwise he couldn't stay his aloof captain self. Which leaves Bungo and Bolo conspicuously alone. Though
How does that be
there
conspicuous?
there seems to be some ash that is stirring, just lightly stirring through the area on this precipice. Again, remember before this whole outer area, right? There was just piles and of ash, everywhere, and they occasionally blew around, and that ash fiend came from it. Anyway, so Bungo, what are you gonna do? Bolo's, he's there. He's got his wrench ready.
He's got his wrench ready. Oh no, he's coming right for me. Pow!
What's going on here?
Misfire 1.
Yeah, that means if he rolls a 1 on the attack roll.
Oh.
But he can't be
well-
the halfling.
Fortunately, you let off the shot. It tings off of Bolo's armor, or is absorbed mostly. That we'll have to refresh or introduce Chad to those rules if
The glancing blow rules, yeah.
yes, exactly. But he's like, "Oh, Bungo, did you see him?" And and your pistol let off all this smoke. So he didn't really register.
Yeah,
he's a little
it
too on
hasn't
edge.
clicked.
Right.
Sweet Bolo.
And you see the spirit sort of like reform over yonder, and it just seems to be almost like chuckling, watching what's happening, what's unfolding over here. So meanwhile, inside, Sweetness, Kylum, or not Kylum, but Sweetness, Varanus, and Omar in turn, after hearing the boomstick, what do you guys do?
Go see what that's about.
Yeah, I think I holler out. I'm like, what was that?
And I'm gonna do one better and just go look.
Oh.
Or I don't know if
You're
I
you're not.
I think you closed
Do
it.
I have
gotta
to
hit
go-
that button again.
You gotta click the door
I think.
thing.
There you go.
Oh shit. Okay.
It like opens and closes the door.
I see.
New features.
Yeah. Glancing blows, swinging doors. Wow. Okay, yeah. What do I see?
All right. So this cloud of plume of smoke from Bungo's gun is enveloping the halfling and the dwarf. The ash spirit over here, which you guys had fought before, but then made a deal with, is sort of just it's like almost this shadow of this shadowy pile of ash, right? This pile of ash that is a vaguely humanoid shape, and it seems to be almost chuckling, though it's making no real noise.
Okay.
But Bungo's still wearing his horned helmet.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been although when he found it, right, it was covered in this perpetual layer of soot. As he uses its spells, the golden color beneath starts to shine through. Yeah.
And let me ask you this: has Bungo been acting a little different since his helmet's been on? I know I, as Chad the player, haven't been here, but I wonder, has Varanus maybe
Kylam has a great
can
answer
make-
for that.
You can make an insight check.
let me do an insight check, because that might inform what I'm going to do. However, it's worth noting, Varanus so eager to trust and find new friends on his journey to complete the mission of the Erosiak. Not the most discerning. So here we go.
I
All right.
Well, Bungo, he surprised everyone when he started using all of this new fiery magic in a fight against the Cloud Golems when they came to Tidewatch. Another story that will have to be recounted for you.
Yeah.
So he, wearing this helmet, he was able to shoot beams of fire from the eyes. He summoned a flaming blade, and even in this fight against the mummy, he heated the mummy's long golden chain, which now is lying cool on the floor of the tombs.
I think
So, yes, Bungo seems to have gained a bunch of fire-based magic from this helm, and he's also been like, man, he took a charge from this skeletal minotaur / centaur creature, and he just met the charge head on and was able to resist this. So Bungo's been like showing he is a halfling of legend these past few days.
Bungo the Unbreakable, I am called.
Exactly.
Okay.
He didn't even go unconscious when he was punched by the mummy, unlike Kylo.
Had to throw that in there, huh?
I'm just saying.
Unlike
Unbreakable.
someone else in the party.
Okay. So I don't I notice a change, but not necessarily a suspicious one.
Right, and he's always had the Magnus, factor.
Oh, that's starting to
Yeah.
seem normal at this point,
Yeah.
Just part of who Bungo is.
Yeah, he could just, maybe being possessed in various ways is just sort of his thing, for all we know. All right, cool. I think I don't do any. Bungo just probably notices me, kind of like looking at him and like giving a little nod. And that's probably all that amounts to here.
Does anyone holler back to me in answer to my question of like, what's going on out there?
I certainly don't answer you.
Bolo is still he's looking at the spirit. He's like, are we gonna get him again or what? Bungo?
And he's looking at Magnus?
No,
Yeah. There's an aspect, but it's like we can't really see it very well, Zach. I think.
Oh,
the lighting
I
is such that
can't.
we can't really.
Oh, the lighting.
Yeah.
I see.
I totally wasn't even scrolled over, so I didn't realize what was
Yeah.
Oh, he's yeah, so I see him looking off that way and I'm like, and I think you would hear Varanus's voice probably too, Sweetness. I'm like, spirit. And I like maybe take some steps over to like try and see what he's talking about. Does this look like any spirits we've seen?
We just fought this guy.
This thing here?
Yeah, like in the
Right.
last session, we fought that guy.
Okay.
So he is an ash fiend. Or Kylam basically identified him as some sort of fiendish.
Okay. I remember that.
ash spirit.
There was like a deal struck with some
Right.
ash being. Is that, but not this one?
It was this guy. He basically just gave us information. Was all. He just kind
So
of
you
told us
fought
about the
him.
mummy.
Well, there was.
You fought him and struck a deal with him.
After we kind of beat him up a little bit, and then we were like, we don't have to keep doing this.
Right.
Okay.
And
Okay.
there was more.
I think he almost killed Amaran.
He almost killed Amaran. He told you, he gave you some veiled information about what was in this tomb.
Yeah, he told us like there was.
And he
a
said
tomb.
he also knew what lies beyond in the upper reaches, further up on the spur, but he hasn't. He only will give that information when the other half of the deal is kept, which is to, leave with the Baaldor holy symbol.
Right. So that was the deal. Was that there was like a holy symbol in the room where we fought him, and he really doesn't like it. So we promised that we're not gonna. He wanted us to destroy it, and we were like, "You're kind of evil. We don't really want to just like destroy the holy symbol you don't like." But we did say we'd take it with us when we left.
Okay, so I think knowing all that, I just maybe turn to Bolo here and say, we've got one of our own teetering on the brink of death. Let's not get in any more fights until we suss this out. The spirit will keep its distance, I'm sure.
The spirit hisses.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh, is that all that's left?
of the I
Yes.
see.
Note also, right? You guys had opened this massive sarcophagus, but none of you actually,
Oh yeah, I think we should. Some scrolls might have fallen off of him.
Maybe there's a cure for mummy rot in there.
Yeah, I think I'm. Kylem's still passed out, huh? I'm sort of like wanting to make a study of this. I know it's a magical disease and stuff, but I think Sweetness is always wanting to test his hand and, to believe that, real science medicine can do whatever magic can. So, yeah, what are we going to need to do? We need to do we still need to, Kylem's at 0. We need to get him above 0 so that he's actually conscious.
Yeah, but you can't do that because of the mummy rot.
The mummy rot, well, okay.
Can't increase mage.
So yeah, we need to figure that out. So maybe I'll say, to the captain, while I continue to examine this, why don't you check in the sarcophagus and see if there's anything that might help us? I say to the captain, who's not here, but he's the only.
Yes, so that's to the captain. So
Yeah, he's the only person in the room with me. So.
All right. So yeah, well, he's like, yeah, sure. Let's see what do we got in here. We have. Well, yeah, there's some scraps of paper, but I can't tell if it's any scrolls in here. But he has a bunch of a nice, really nice set of tools that he was buried with, but they're like giant-sized tools.
What kind of tools?
Who are the ones that build things out of stone?
Stone masons?
Masons. That's the one. Yeah, looks like he was a stone carver mason.
Stone carver mason.
Well, and so you remember you sort of look around this room, right? Has a giant mosaic of the spur, right? That Sweetness you had noticed there was a sort of looked like a hidden stairway near where the spur meets the overbright.
I do remember.
And so, yeah, this seemed to be a place of honor and veneration for perhaps a giant, giants who had helped construct the spur.
I'm gonna look through these scrolls.
Sure. Why don't you just give me an Arcana check to see how well or how many of these partials. Oh boy.
Oh!
So out of practice.
Oh boy!
Um,
Just crumble.
well, no, you pick up all of them you can, but you're like, because you're not one of these practice wizards, right? You're going to need to take some time and sit down and study them. Maybe even like converse or get your like Holmes' opinion on these things, right? Like show the tome the scrolls and be like, what do you think? Because but right now they're all covered with ash, right? And like you can't quite make out the right and the scrolls are written in giant, probably.
Yep. I will pocket the scrolls for another time.
If the captain hasn't found anything in there, I think Sweetness realizing sort of the direness.
Well, we
of the
can take these
situation.
tools. I mean,
Well, I was saying that it's specifically going to help with the money rod.
oh,
I think Sweetness maybe says, I guess mostly to the captain and Baroness, since they're just in proximity. That I think we've got two options. Either we keep carrying him up the tower, God knows what, but maybe we'll come across something that could help us, or we head back down to the was it a temple or sort of like a monastery thing?
Tide Watch, yeah, it's
Tide Watch, yeah.
Yeah, temple, right? Pilgrimage site, yeah. But that is,
helpful
over a
in there.
day's journey back down.
Well, yeah, we just don't know. So again, maybe looking up at the
Sister
mosaic
Silka, right? And all of the pilgrims are gone.
are gone. I think up is probably the way we're going to go. But those are the two options. Like, do we go up? And I maybe remind everyone that I based on my calculations, I did an investigation check and figured that we're about 3/4 of the way to the top of the tower. Right?
Yeah, rough, or to where it meets the Overbright, right? Which
to where it meets the Overbright.
Where,
maybe we'd find something along the way.
Right.
Yes, we take a
But
chance.
risky either way.
Bungo,
And is there something we could make? Do I look around?
Whisper, Bungo.
Is it whisper?
Or you're muted, Ray. Just so you know, if you were trying to.
Sorry, I saw. Should I whisper this to you?
Well, that was. No, you could just roll it.
Oh.
And then
Ooh.
Good roll. Good roll.
Boy. So that was against the second target, which was
The
Dragonborn.
Right? The Ashgar. No,
as he was walking away.
Baroness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baroness, make a perception check.
Okay.
Should I roll it?
Yeah.
Or
with advantage.
you son of a.
Advantage on the attack, right?
Oh, let's go!
All right.
Okay.
Let's go!
I imagine this gives me like disadvantage or something.
Yeah.
No?
Well, I'll say like you keep that roll you had. It canceled out the advantage you would have had basically. So, Varanus, you hear the distinctive, clicking and cocking,
And I'm like, huh?
of Bolo's or Bungo's boomstick, and you spin just as the halfling's weapon fires right at your back, but you twirl and duck down, causing the bullet to ricochet off the sarcophagus at the far end of the chamber. Clearly, that shot was meant
what
for
the fuck?
And I say over my shoulder, that was Bungo, or whatever's responsible for making him do that. And I'm just gonna rush at Bungo.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna lower my shoulder and like a all-American linebacker, just take him out.
Wow.
Full tackle.
All right. you guys resolve this amongst yourselves for a minute. I have a baby to.
Okay.
You do have a baby.
Chad and I will just fight each other for a little bit.
Yeah, PvP.
Yeah, y'all both know that way.
I'm imagining.
I'll start dragging. I'm like, what? As soon as it ricochets off, I'll
What
start.
are you gonna do,
dragging
grappling
Carlo.
pussy? Come on.
Yeah,
let's go.
it feels like an opposed role, like my athletics versus your whatever your athletics or your dexterity. I believe is the normal kind of.
When you're defending a grapple, you can use your acrobatics as well.
Yeah, why don't you do that? My athletics versus your acrobatics.
Why did you both become Midwestern? What's going on here?
We're just straight from Gary Con.
Yeah,
and,
playing homage. That's right.
Right. We just moderated a panel about grappling rules and other misconceptions that emerge in your game. Okay. Let's see.
I got 6. Oh my
Let's
god.
go!
What is this?
You fire on me and you get double critted, sir.
All right. I see how it is.
Oh man.
Varanus,
where was this when we were fighting the mummy?
Hey, in a way, it was like I wasn't even here.
Weirdly.
So, okay, here's what I want to do. I imagine.
Yeah.
This is total like your little halfling feet are kicked up in the air, and I probably got you pinned down. And I think what I'm gonna try to do is pry this helmet off of you, because I suspect the real Bungo that I know would not try to kill me by shooting me in the back, and that you must be possessed or something. So that would be the next thing I do.
I want this to be a pull the helmet off and Bungo to be surprise, motherfucker, and shoot again.
Yeah, he's like, I'm actually fine. I just have long.
Just fucking snap.
I just have long hated your guts.
You're a shit wizard.
Yeah, you're a wizard that kind of sucks at magic, and it's just pissed me off.
So, if we were to self DM this, I feel like you can pop my helmet off, because here's the twist. I don't think that the thing that is currently possessing me is actually the helmet.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you pop the helmet off, but I still look like I'm still trying to attack you.
Bungo. Yeah.
Oh boy.
And maybe I just swing, the helmet off to the side, behind me.
I feel like Ray should get an action next, because that's what you did, but it didn't work. Like, you expected it to work, and now he should, like, narratively, if the camera were to go to him next, to be like,
yes,
like something like
well,
that.
And I think, especially to your point, Mark, because I kind of expected that to work,
right?
So
like,
there might
it's
be
like a
this
surprise
glimmer
or
of
something. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, Ray, you go ahead.
Can you cast spells while grappled?
Oh God, dude, I don't know.
What are the
rules. I don't know.
Well,
nobody knows
I'm
grappling
fresh.
Rules.
I'm fresh from Gary Con, where I just moderated a panel on this.
Can you tell me?
Okay, here's what I would say. Does it have complex, like, semantic components? Or is it just like a verbal only? Or is it like
It does not create a problem for spellcasting.
Well, there you go.
You love to see it, folks.
But I do agree that if it had, like, a lot of hand or whatever, maybe you should get, like, disadvantage or something.
Yeah. Or if it had a material component, meaning you either had to have a focus or cast through you actually using the materials, I might factor that in too, but it really just depends. Why don't you say what spell you're going to do or want to do, and we can, like, see.
It could be like an opportunity attack to, like, interrupt it if it had, like, the weird, like, component stuff.
I'm just gonna pop off my halfling mischief, which I imagine. I imagine this as basically being like my halfling, like it's like the equivalent of like a skunk spray. Like when I'm in danger, the spell just
yeah.
I like that.
And it comes out of your actual butt, right?
Absolutely. Well, it depends on the effect. See,
so wait, does that have a somatic component? Is that a spell proper?
It is somatic and material.
Okay, so I did see. Now I found a Jeremy Crawford tweet that says,
Yo, fuck Jeremy Crawford's tweets. Those sage advice things are nonsense. What did you
Is
say?
that
To be clear,
you or the demon talking, Ray?
I want to be clear. Okay, let's be clear right now. This is a Jeremy Crawford tweet that has since been deleted. So I don't even know if it's legit to that degree.
That's what I'm talking about.
That is the most 5th edition / Jeremy Crawford sentence
Yes.
I've ever heard uttered.
But it does say these grappled and restrained only interfere with a spell if it has a somatic component and if the caster's hands are bound.
And if their hands are bound. What does that even... Well, you didn't bind my hands.
I don't think you bound hands because you went for the helmet. I think that's it. You went for the helmet, so I don't think you bound his hands.
That's right.
I did not bind your hands. And what it seems like is that I need to, if I'm reading this right, make a dex save or be blinded. Is that right?
That is correct. As I profusely start spraying water out of hilarious... my cloak sprouts flowers all over it and just starts spraying water in your face.
Okay. Let's see what I can do here.
Inter-party conflict has gotten comical real fast. Oh my
This is
gold.
Son of a bitch.
Baron,
Okay.
I'm not gonna let this go.
Fine.
I think my next order of business. Oh, and just for bookkeeping purposes, like I say, toss the helmet behind me somewhere in this room. Or however, however it might roll or what have you. And
at some point, Sweetness should get an action too.
That's fair.
Moving the body.
Yeah,
Sweetness is fine.
Are you still not stable yet? Or
I don't
did
see
we
how
ever...
I could ever wake up is the issue here. Let's talk about how this works, right? Is that you wake up when you have 1 HP.
And you're never going to get...
Right, so the fact that
you're,
Bungo is in fact
caught.
only up himself because something weird happened. Like, that's the thing. Bungo also should have been in the same state as me, but something happened and gave him 1 HP.
Okay. I think... So then it feels like, what can we even do to cut away to Sweetness, unless he wants to...
Well,
Let's totally up to Sweetness. It's just, he can see the shit happening.
I'm just yelling in the other room.
Okay.
Bagging. Hey, leave it. No. Okay.
Yelling
and dragging Milam's body, like over into this corner.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So you're yelling at this. So you're letting it go. Amaran's not here this week. He doesn't get to do anything.
Yeah, he has no action.
I think the next thing that I would do is I don't know if I have any magical means. I know detect magic, but I don't have it prepared. I am just going to try and basically find if there.
Ray made a meme. I'm gonna put it on stream.
I'm gonna try to identify. Like, I just imagine I'm kind of like grabbing you or like shaking you and trying to figure out the source of what has, in my mind, clearly brought you out of your senses. And I guess I'm looking for any physical object and or marking or anything on you, because I don't really know what's going on.
I take executive DM command and call for an Arcana check.
Okay, got it. That feels like probably not enough if it's something that is complex, which I'm getting the hunch it is.
Well, I think it's some kind of spell or ghost possession, but you probably can't actually get anything useful about that.
Good point. I wonder, Magnus, I kind of glance over at him in the midst of our struggle. How is Magnus, I wonder, reacting to this? Does he seem surprised? I don't even know if you have the answer to this, Ray.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure. So, Magnus, I think Bungo in character has been has been getting things from Magnus that don't feel like they're in character for Magnus. But I believe that
Oh.
Bunko believes that they're from Magnus.
I see.
I'm gonna
so Magnus seems chill with this. Maybe if we see Magnus or whatever, Magnus might seem chill.
I think Magnus probably seems uncomfortably chill with us.
Okay, so
I
Magnus
might
is
even
not
look
freaking
over.
out.
I imagine, like, in the struggle, I look over and I'm just like, you've done something. And I'm like eyeing down. I'm like eyeing down Magnus. Is like, I'm so confused here.
But Magnus is there to look at, right? Magnus is in you.
I think so. Yes.
I don't think we. I'm not sure. I was never clear. I forget now if we can see Magnus. I forget how the.
Oh,
He
okay.
can
yes, I'm
manifest
sorry, guys.
sometimes. I want to say.
He's just there to control the camera. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as a token, yes, but I'm not clear if we could see him sometimes.
Right. But-
You know, maybe
Yeah.
I see a little something, even if it's just part of his face
Yes.
pop
Oh, yeah.
out
There
of
could
yours
be a
or
Magnus
something.
glimmer for sure.
You know, and I sort of address that with this condemnation, and maybe the best I could think to do, I don't know, maybe Ray, you should do something next, or whoever wants to do something. But
I'll go.
Yeah.
I bleed.
Yeah, you
Nice.
should
roll.
probably quit going.
Yeah, roll to see how much zombie rot blood you can, I don't know, spill.
As far as I know, I'm
Yeah.
still making death saving throws, right? Like, I don't think we've stopped doing that.
Well, okay, see, that seems really strange.
The death saving throws?
Well, just because your logic is that you have to keep making them because you haven't technically
I don't think I have to make them forever. I think that there is a stable condition you can reach at 0, but it's not awake.
after three successes, or by being.
Or I think maybe that's something Sweetness could do, and I'm not clear if Sweetness finished getting me there to the point where I'm
Yeah,
stable.
he like stabilizes you or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I did stabilize.
Oh, you did?
you.
I just wasn't clear. I was maybe he said that I
Okay,
had.
yeah, I might have missed it too.
Because I think that's the point, though, is that stable will keep me at 0, but I
Yeah.
will never wake up. There will not be.
Yeah, you'll just be unconscious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's literally when before Bungo shot you or at you. What I was gonna start doing was looking around to see if we could make a stretcher of some kind to literally carry him with us, because it doesn't look like there's anything around here. We can talk to the Ash guy. Maybe the Ash guy would have some.
Maybe we could pry off the door. That's probably really heavy, but even if nothing else, on top of like a piece of sarcophagi or something.
I am probably like lighter than I look in the sense that elves are just like probably like.
Well, your
relatively
armor is
light.
heavy,
on
right?
top of the
The-
snow.
I've always described the armor as being like it's very thin as far as plate mail
Yeah.
stuff goes, right?
Like
Mechanically, it's not. Even,
Mithril-esque.
yeah, like mechanically, it's not actually plate mail. Mechanically, it's like a weaker kind of armor because it's not. It looks like plate mail from like a lore point of view, like the character is that I'm fully covered, but my
Mhm.
AC is lower than plate mail would give me. So it's light.
Yeah.
It's light as far as armor goes. I mean, I'm still
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
like 100-something pounds, but like
Yeah,
no.
we have some strong people though.
Yeah.
I think.
Bungo's strong, for example. It's you're wrestling.
Yeah,
you
and
can say
he's
that.
really helpful.
Yeah.
He's really helpful right now, so
Yeah.
that's a good point.
So
All right, I
yeah.
feel like the ball is in Ray's court right now. Maybe I had kind of
Alright.
tried to figure out what's going on.
It's just beyond.
Had the
your
interaction
knowledge.
with Magnus.
So
Yeah,
far,
it's
yeah.
beyond my knowledge. Surprise, surprise.
Okay. Ray, I think Magnus is not giving you any new direction, so
Well, so first of all, I concentrate on my spell, which means that I roll again. The
shit.
flowers continue to spray. Make another dexterity save.
Yes.
Aha!
Oh.
This time you are blinded. And that is just like passive effect from my spell, so I still get an action. So now that you're blinded, I will try to escape from your grasp. Okay, no, I can just attack with disadvantage from grapple.
Nope.
is it?
Oh,
Zach,
No
Zach,
disadvantage?
Zach.
I had a
comes
rules
back with
question
the
and Zach
zinger.
materialized.
Unless you're making a range attack, but if you have the feat that allows you to do it, while engaged.
Got it. Okay, and in that case, I will just attempt to escape.
And do I roll again? to? Is it opposed for escaping, or is it a
yes,
DC?
Yes.
Sorry, why aren't you just attacking?
I can't. I thought.
I thought you could.
Actually, no. You are demanded. Remember, you are seeing. You don't recognize these people as.
No, I know, but I thought. Sorry, I thought you said I mechanically could not attack.
Oh no! You mechanically can. You just have disadvantage unless you have a feat.
Okay.
Cancels that.
Got it.
Like I think crossbow expert that feat does that, but there's homebrewed firearm.
14.
That won't do it, sir.
All right.
Even with my shield.
But this is where we can talk about our new rules.
Oh yeah.
Glancing blows.
Yeah, so
Aha.
I'll show it to everyone again. So scroll
Very easy.
down. To evasion class and armor reduction. So basically, instead of just having a single armor value, whether you hit or miss, you now have basically an armor range. And if you're hit within that range, you get some damage reduction based on how heavy your armor is. And or a mix of, plus your proficiency bonus. So, what is Varanus's dexterity?
My
He doesn't wear any
dexterity
armor,
is 17.
right?
My dexterity is 17, so my modifier is 3. And no, although I do have a Dragonborn racial feat, which strengthens my natural scale to be, right.
So
more.
I'll still count that as unarmored / light. So you basically get 16 is your EC. So that's the lower limit of your armor class range. And then your AC still stays whatever it was.
Well, and I think even my AC at this actual present moment is also 16 because I don't have my shield out and equipped, right? Like I was tackling a
Gotcha. Okay, so in that case, and your shield raises both your EC and AC. So for you, at least, it seems you pretty much don't have an armor class range.
Yeah, because I don't wear physical armor, right?
Right. But that means you're sort of more like if you get hit, you get hit. Right, like normal. So that's the trade-off, right? Lightly armored people, it's more like they're not going to get the benefits of the armor reduction as much, but they're going to have a smaller or minimal range to be
sure.
So, but your armor reduction because of your scales and your proficiency bonus is still. Still 2 because of your proficiency bonus, rather. So, if any time someone exactly equals your AC, you get 2 damage reduction off of that.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, that's simple.
Yeah. Or proficiency bonus, yeah. But,
okay, cool. Well, in this case, luckily, I believe he'll miss me.
Right. So yeah, he still misses. So the shot goes wide. You were able to, your grapple was able to force his arm wide, and Bolo's like, I'll help restrain him. So
yeah,
Bolo basically piles onto Bungo, and now sort of seeing what's going on and
unhand me, you monsters, fiends!
And while you were gone, Zach, I tossed off.
I was listening, so yeah.
Oh, okay. So I removed the helmet and I was searching for a way to figure out what the hell's wrong with him.
Bungo looks like a mix of crazy, paranoid. Basically, he's looking at both you and Bolo, right? Like he doesn't know you. Like he thinks you're gonna steal more of his stuff. Like. Bungo, Magnus in your head is like, give me back my horns, you're going to take my compass next. Blah, 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 blah.
And I think I'm like, maybe what I can try to do is, combat whatever voice he's hearing in his head with a little dose of reality where I say to him like, "Olo, it's me, Varanus. We adventured together in the ruins of the Art Sky Temple. We recovered a fragment of the fallen star. We braved the Blazing Isles. Don't you remember?" And I'm like, basically trying to see if a voice of reason can break through here.
I like it. All right, Bungo, give me an intelligence saving throw. You do get advantage from your halfling bravery.
Well, that works out.
There we go.
Nice. All right. So as Varanus is, trying to speak to you, reminding you of your tale, Bungo.
You love adventurers' tales, don't
Varanus,
you? Don't you remember?
You're right. What's happening? What?
Why do I have a feeling you're gonna shoot me again?
Why am I pointing my gun at you, Varanus? What's happening?
Why are you loading gunpowder behind your back as you're saying this?
Well, it's not only Varanus, like, he's covered in the soot, right? Because he took the blast almost point blank, of the smoke and ash and stuff, point blank range from your pistol. So even maybe a little powder burning on his scales.
Yeah. That's not quite as, having been basically going 1v1 with a proper dragon that kicked my ass, a little soot on my scales is I can live with this.
Sorry, I didn't. I'm just sort of like looking at you, like patting you down. Like, sorry, I don't know what came over me.
Nor do we.
I have to say, my onboard passenger has been acting a little strangely since we entered these ruins.
We'll need to. I think it's about time that your guest has worn out his welcome and may need to leave.
Oh, I mean,
What are you talking about, Bungo? Would you evict me just like that after our whole adventure together?
I mean, yeah, it seems, I don't know about evicting. I think maybe this place just isn't good for him. You know what I mean? Like, there's bad spirit juju here. I don't know if maybe, maybe you should just keep an eye on me while we're in these ruins, maybe there's some sort of spiritual charm or something that could help.
Yes. Well, it seems that we'd need some giant spider in order to keep enough eyes on you and all the.
Maybe if we hadn't, thrown that holy symbol like to the shadow creature or thrown it off the tower or whatever, maybe we could use that.
Callum still has it.
Yeah,
Oh.
I have the thing, for what it's worth.
Shut up, you'll be stone dead in a moment. Anyway, Kylam has the thing, so.
And I think I pat Bungo on the shoulder and, let him know we're cool, mostly. But I whisper in his ear, directed at Magnus, "Your days are numbered, spirit."
Oh.
And I just pat Bungo and bring him into, or I guess go check on
Olo, if you let
Kylam.
kick me out before we find Scarlet Kate's treasure, I will haunt you to eternity.
You come in and you see I'm sort of over. I'm over. Kylam's body. I have my weapons out, and I'm like, is everything okay?
Yeah, no, everything's fine now.
Sound fine.
We're all good
That didn't
here.
sound fine.
It was not fine. It seems.
That seems to calm me a bit.
And yet I should be the most wounded here, besides poor Kylam.
Yeah. Most wounded.
I'll lean down and give Kylam a little shake.
Bungo, before he even gets, if I see Bungo, is Bungo still armed?
Oh, yeah.
Presumably, yeah.
Varanus, what'd you do?
I'm not holding my gun anymore though.
I tossed it over. in this room.
Yeah, so it
I
should be on the
rolled
ground
it. It's
nearby.
probably
I think-
it's
and then
probably
as
sitting
Bungo-
sideways on the ground over here.
I'll definitely go to pick that up on my
Yeah,
way
you-
over.
Yes,
yeah,
Bungo's
do
doing that. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa.
What?
What?
It's my helmet. What?
It's,
Did he
Guys,
as
it's my
best,
helmet.
as best
What?
as I can tell, the helmet was not responsible for Bungo's sudden lapse in senses.
Well, you know, a face is usually a pretty good indicator. Yeah, like you can read a lot of a person from a face, and having it covered, it doesn't exactly make me comfortable right now. Why does he have his gun?
Okay,
Kylan
okay.
feels
Well, first
offended,
of all,
first off.
Huh?
Kylan feels
Yeah,
offended.
yeah.
Say, people cover their
That
face
means
are
you've been-
untrustworthy.
Perma untrustworthy here.
I think you have been. That is a suspicious.
I mean,
100% a suspicious thing.
evolutionarily.
Ah.
And
yes.
I was gonna say, I think evolution and evolutionary
What is this all
psychology.
about? This
So-
bullshit.
look. Here's the thing. This helmet is magical. It's very useful. Maybe when we get back to somewhere safe, we have some time. Bolo can modify it so it's got like a
Maybe-
plate or something.
Maybe when you're not at risk at suddenly turning
What?
on us.
Risk. You could suddenly turn on us.
He
But
did
if I-
charge at you and try to basically shove you off the cliff just then.
No, I did not.
No.
I did not want you to follow.
It's a great point, Magnus. You almost threw me off that cliff. I mean, who's in danger from who?
Okay. I think maybe Omarion could step in on this one as the captain. And
Yeah,
Put a
we're just
little-
yelling at each other back and forth. I'm like, I've been nothing but loyal to you.
Settle down. Oh, we bicker like old
Captain, he'd be like,
wives here.
well,
Doctor, can't you do something about our poor ex-enemy, our poor first mate here?
I just sort of look over, side eye, and I'm like, just keep an eye on Bungo. No offense, Bungo, but yeah. All right,
Why don't
I'll
you take a
stow
look
my
at those scrolls that Farron has found.
I'll stow my weapon and go back to sort of examining Kylam a little bit, and I think almost on a whim, maybe it's like I'm just trying various things. Maybe I'll try some smelling salts to see if those will.
Yeah.
Oh
Give me a
man,
medicine
poor.
check to see if.
Maybe awaken Kylam's nice strong smelling salts. Let's
you're
see.
opening the helmet and dropping in smelling salts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like through the.
Kylam, you suddenly jerk
Through the visor
awake,
slits.
Suddenly, pain. Your reality is pain.
Oh, why'd you wake me up? Why?
It smells so. Oh, my ribs.
You're having trouble breathing, having trouble moving, but you are conscious and not dead.
Can someone get these disgusting salts away?
I got it. There you
You're
go.
alive.
Like sitting you up a little bit. Off.
Why does everything taste like rot in the paper?
Oh, Kylam, did you get possessed too?
What?
We'll explain.
You're the only other guy here who's beaten up, so I don't know. My recollection of the last few minutes is kind of fuzzy.
Hang on, let me check. I don't think so.
Oh, good. Now that you mention it, though, I'm feeling a little parched myself.
Does anybody have any water?
We're pretty low on water, aren't we?
A gallon or a small
'cause
sea would be great.
You use some to. Well, no, actually, this is what the captain can do.
Oh,
can he
create water.
Did he
maybe.
bring water?
Interesting.
Oh, nice.
No. The captain will create water.
Nice.
Yes. I feel like
He's gonna create it in the sarcophagus.
No, that's
Is
no.
that safe to drink? That's Captain.
I've seen that news story about the ancient liquid found in the sarcophagus. Don't drink it. Don't
Yeah.
drink it. That's when this all started. That
How
was
about-
in 2018
how about
or something.
create
and it's been
it-
worse ever since.
Yeah,
Why don't we
create it
create it
inside
into
one of our empty frickin' wine or
Fine. I
jugs
can
or
refill
something.
everyone's water skin.
Yeah.
Boring.
It'd be nice to have a little body of water. The sea is so far away.
No, the problem with that is that when you talk about bodies, it's a sarcophagus. It holds the bodies. It's a body of
The
bodies.
body's gone now.
Can't
Alright,
you just
we
like
need to
create it
figure
in
out
a water
how-
skin? What is this?
It's fine. He
We
did
still
it in a water
gotta
skin.
We gotta still cure Kylum, right? And Bungo. They both still have the
But he
bot.
didn't
right?
cure. Hang on, what?
You've got. You're cursed. Cursed.
I'm holding out hope that all those scrolls I recovered are scrolls of cure disease, baby.
It's a curse.
Yeah.
Or
Rolls of curse
remove
yourself.
curse.
All right. So,
just
so
trying to
as the
keep the monkey's
captain's
paw
doing
good
that,
here.
you guys are
Yes.
milling around. You look at that large golden chain that Bungo used heat metal on. It is a 12-foot long chain made of gold. Like,
Oh, so there's a bunch of loot.
We're taking that, right?
it's pretty hefty, but definitely
I would
valuable.
imagine I don't have much on me and I don't wear armor, so my carrying weight,
Sure.
I mean, I'm sure I could carry it pretty easily if,
Nice. Right, and then you've got the very large mason tools, or
Now that's a different story. I don't know if I'm imagining them proper giant size. I don't know.
Well, let's see. They're sort of like in a case, right? They're so nice. They're in like this case, which is basically the size of a small cabinet. So you could, if you strapped a small cabinet to your back, how would that be?
I don't know.
Or
that
you
I
could
wanna
take
do
the
that.
tools individually, and like
Now
divvy
maybe
them
take
up.
one nice piece. If not, it seems like a cool thing a collector would like spend gold on,
Oh,
even if we had like one piece of it.
I mean, you could make an intelligence check or investigation
Okay, sure.
check.
Sure.
Just appraise.
Just to have a quick little.
Bungo, you can give me an Arcana check for those scrolls.
Sure.
Don't forget inspiration, though, long-term consequences, of course.
Nah.
Hey!
Ooh.
All right, Bungo, you've been getting as you now you got your helmet back at your side, you're feeling a little more comfortable. You're able to sort of start looking over the scrolls, and you're getting a pretty good idea of what some of these do. You find a scroll of Ice Knife.
Hell yeah.
That's a good.
And a
That's a
scroll
good
of
spell.
Comprehend Languages.
Nice.
Okay. Useful.
A scroll of Fly.
Woo.
Great.
And 2 scrolls. And these seem to be printed on like more sturdy, almost maybe like leather, rather than the papyrus.
Skin?
2 scrolls of Greater Restoration.
Ah ha ha.
Which
Wow.
you believe, Bungo, having heard of, restorative magic and so forth, could potentially lift curses, but the magic of these scrolls, of course, is far more powerful than you're used to dealing with, or
Right.
any of you are used to dealing with. So
Yeah.
it could be dangerous, or you might just lose scroll, or you might cure your friend.
It feels like Kylum is so screwed with. It'd be worth like blowing a story point, trying our best to use the scroll on him, but that's just me.
I agree.
Counterpoint. Would I want to be restored with a story point?
What?
No.
Would
Wouldn't.
I want to be restored by a story point?
No.
I just meant to help us.
Oh, I know.
Because
It's up to
you're
you.
so
It's your call.
important.
Yeah, totally. Your call.
Because you're so important to our story.
I appreciate that.
So yeah, I mean, we could try that.
Now, note you are also in this tomb
Yeah.
where these undead and fiendish energies have been lingering for who knows how long. Not getting the best vibe to do
Also, there's like an
such
ash
restoring.
monster like right there.
Yeah, just watching us
Just like-
talk.
But that's our
Just the
buddy,
whole
right?
time. No,
That's
looks
our
like
buddy
he's
that we
evil.
made.
He looks like he's doubled over laughing, especially that whole time with Bungo.
He's probably the one doing all this.
What an
Shit.
Yes, of
annoying-
course he is. Of course he is. I was just too unconscious to point it out the obvious.
Oh boy. I hate to do this, guys, but I'm gonna have to end up taking off a little early from our session today. I
Alright.
know I'm the worst. But I'll let you know I gotta dip out in a few.
Huh.
My apologies. Sorry.
Sure. No
But
worries.
anywho,
Well, can we just start making our way further up this fucking spire?
We
Well, so
continue to
Kyle-
climb.
Yeah. So Kylam and Bungo basically, Bungo's fine with as long as his aid points last. You know,
How
for
long
8
does that
hours.
last, by the way?
8 hours.
Okay.
Kylam can move, and but cannot take any actions while in this state.
Also, I move at half speed due to my injury.
And you move right.
jeez.
Ugh.
So, Sweetness, you could attempt to perform
A miracle.
surgery to try and restore Kylam's speed, through that injury again. But, although this is a good place to do it in terms of its, stable, it's a stable environment. There is, ash around. There was a mummy in here.
Yeah. Maybe we scoot out of here and then try our I don't know, healing
Yeah, it's
thing.
the next stable place.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I'm open to whatever here. This doesn't strike me as the most sanitary place to perform surgery, but we're out in we're in the wilds here. I don't know.
Where do we go to get up? Or did y'all find that out? Or
You guys you guys had basically climbed up through a series of like natural bridges and switchbacks
Mhm.
into this chamber.
Okay.
So yeah, they're basically you guys can sort of round. There's another entrance basically that leads further up, right? To continue climbing. You've basically been climbing the outside of the spur, right? Hand over hand, ropes, right? Pitons, all of that, because the upper part of the spur is much more treacherous. Doesn't have any prior trails, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe just slowly but surely. Let's see if
Yeah,
we can get up.
Well, so as you guys are, starting to sort of shuffle out, and like you guys got to hop, over these different sections of, the ash spirit is like, well, would you like to know more about the spur before heading up? You guys, you took such long time and care deciding where to do and where to go, and yet didn't avail yourself of our knowledge.
There's something even creepier about you rocking a baby while you do that voice, Zach.
Do we want to know?
Perhaps I know a place to heal your friends.
Then out with it. No toying with us.
Well, if you could just move that holy symbol from this chamber first. It doesn't have to be far. Just
I
Uh,
this is starting to drift into real bad idea territory. The vibes here.
I'm sort of maybe, yeah, like tempted to defer to like, Kylam, it's your injury. It's your life sort of that's on the line here, and I think how we proceed is really up to you. This is only getting worse.
I mean, this creature is clearly untrustworthy. I think I have, I could obviously use some healing. I'm concerned that giving it what it wants, like not leaving the holy symbol somewhere else and still being here to talk to it, may empower it or make it stronger, and put us all at risk. And I would not, of course, sacrifice my companions to protect myself. So, creature, we said earlier we would take the symbol with us when we leave, and we will still do that. But, we're not going to get very far if we don't get some healing. So maybe if you tell us where we can go to recover, we'll take it with us, but we're not going to leave it first. We need the information first. Unless you prefer I dropped dead right here and kept the holy symbol with me.
You make a fair point.
Oh, I'll do it.
But I'm sure one of your
Don't
other
tempt him.
companions would pick up that piece of shiny metal.
I'll fall
And he
right
looks
on it.
pointedly at Bungo.
What about Bungo?
He
Bungo?
might pick up that piece of shiny metal if you know.
Where can we
Bungo,
heal
I
him?
trust you. You wouldn't do anything weird, right?
Not at all.
Yeah. Come on, stupid creature.
Very well, very well. There is a shrine built by some dwarves who came here long ago. It is, well, it's further up, perhaps another part of a day's climb. It's hard to say with you people moving on your flesh feet. But perhaps that shrine would, energies would offer succor.
Gross. Well, fine. But if there's no shrine, I will come right back here and drop dead on your doorstep. So you better be serious about that.
Yes, don't wait too many days.
What do you intend to do once this symbol is removed? Clearly it's of great importance to you.
We have no need to reveal our intentions. That was not part of the deal. Perhaps you would like to strike another?
As much as I would love to strike more deals, guys, I really am bleeding out over here. We should probably go.
I just give him a leery little nod, and
But
I'm
before
happy
you
to
go,
get
there
going.
might be one more piece of information I could offer.
Okay.
A giant came some weeks past. We don't get many climbing the spur from below, and least of all, giant kin have not been here. Well, long before my time, anyway. Our time. Take that of what you will.
Much appreciated. Ash, did you have a name?
We have a taste, and you know it already.
Oh.
Well, that was
So
the
just-
worst possible answer to that question.
Just to clarify,
Just the worst.
he said it's unusual for giants to come to the giant spur.
Right. So the giant spur is that's the historical thing, right? The spur was
Right,
built
right.
by giants, right? Or that's at least legendary.
Right, right.
And blah blah blah. Yes,
Okay, got it.
But yeah, there definitely haven't been any, so far as, again, he knows, climbing, especially, right? Cloud giants, who knows if, they might come to the spur way up in the heavens, but Spirit might not know about that.
Okay. Well, sorry, gents, I gotta take off. But if we get to it, Varanus will volunteer as tribute to help. If we do decide to go the Greater Restoration Scroll route to help out the cursed among us, sign him up. And yeah, sorry I gotta bail, but great seeing y'all. And may the dice be forever in y'all's favor.
All right, have a good one, man.
Cheers.
All right, see you later. All right, well, that's going to mess up the...
Yeah, so we're gonna take
windows. Do you want a
5 as
break?
we just adjust
Yeah.
things.
Sure.
Oh,
Be
right.
right back.
All right, Bungo, don't forget you also have a...
Way up this infernal tower.
Yeah. So, I want everyone to give me. Well, no, I'll say the next leg of your journey. Right. Thankfully, is a lot easier than the past. Right. The stone seems to be solid. Right. There's decent ledges. So within an hour of climbing, you're able to find a suitable place to perform surgery if you want to do it, so Kylum can, make better pace.
That does seem wise. I mean, just given the level of injury and how much further we have to go and the chances that we might run into, more combat.
Sure. So yeah, it would take basically a short rest.
I imagine we're all willing.
Hit dice, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, if you have mummy rot, don't spend your hit dice, because
Good point.
yeah.
I am going to roll a hit die for me.
Is Bungo giving a song of rest, or is he?
Yeah.
Inspiring the doctor in his work.
What does Song of Rest do?
Oh, the song of you get an extra D6 when you spend a hit die, or just once per short rest.
Nice.
So yeah, Bungo's creating a good soothing rhythm for you.
Hold me up to full. Okay. And now you want surgical tools?
Surgical tools.
All right, here we go.
Oh
Ooh.
boy!
Wow, good roll.
Excellent. Well, you pat yourself on the back for the initial work you did on him, because whatever you did, seemed to take effect. Bleeding, internal bleeding seems to have stopped, though. You definitely had to cut him open. He's going to have a few scars, but magical.
I see a little bit more of that beautiful body.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
How much you want to
I
say?
find my imagination just creating a handsome face, but I don't know.
Kylan, what's this because you're not getting put under.
What? Oh shit!
Surgery. Well,
Oh shit! Oh no!
I mean, doctor, do you have stuff? Do you put them under for these kind of things, or do you have local anesthetics?
Hey. Oh. He just ripped a big hole in our fucking carpet.
Oh no.
Well, might have to go deal with that, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
God.
let's say you got local anesthetic, but you don't have the general anesthetic. So it's very, very weird and uncomfortable to feel someone.
We just got this fucking carpet.
Yeah.
No.
But like, I mean, not just, but I mean, it's
Just-
like
Yeah.
2 months old.
Oh, that's pretty much just. Yeah, that's just.
Yeah.
God damn it.
This is dogs, man. This is dogs, right?
He's been here for almost 2 weeks and he hasn't touched that. It's because I'm ignoring him and he's bothered.
Yeah.
He's bored.
Yeah, he is bored. Ugh. And what sucks is he had started. I had checked on him. He was chewing on a toy, and the sound of his teeth ripping the toy sounds exactly the same as the sound that it was making ripping the carpet.
Yeah.
So I was just hearing it behind my head and was like, "Oh yeah, he's just chewing his toy up." Well, okay, nothing. I can't. Yeah, that's done. Go on.
Well, we were saying Kylam has to have this done. You don't have general anesthetic for these kind of things, so they're conscious during your surgical procedures. So I was asking Kylam, what his experience. How does he take being operated on?
I mean, I guess I am meditating my way through it.
I see. Okay. I mean, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Elven trance.
Exactly.
Can't beat that.
You can't not feel the pain. But you can sort of meditate and like put your mind in a controlled, eased state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biting down on a.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right. Cool. All right. So with your work, you're able to get Kylam back at least to much more stable condition.
Good, but
So-
I he's still rotting.
Oh yes, yeah. That you are not able to deal with.
What about this Bialdor thing? I mean, could that do anything?
Bialdor?
That was the holy symbol.
Yeah, the holy symbol. Like, is there any chance that could?
I wasn't able to figure out how to use it.
Okay.
But it's
Yeah.
possible that with further study it could do something, or it might not do anything at all. Who knows?
Right.
Might just be a symbol, as most of them are.
No, if that guy didn't like it, maybe he's just like, he's like, I don't like the look of it. It's like
Well,
a
yeah,
bad-
humbly symbols, they do like, even ones that are just symbols are used for channeling divine powers and things like that. Like, it still would make sense that an evil entity wouldn't like one, even if you couldn't shoot laser beams or whatever from it.
Yeah, and especially of certain gods, right? If it's Baal or god of the sun and light, and yeah, a fiend is gonna have a lot of bad feelings.
Well, I was, it's like I wouldn't want a cross hanging in my house, but I'm not afraid of it.
But vampires are, right?
But it actually does something to them.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Wow, this.
But it doesn't shoot laser beams. That's the point, though.
well, yeah,
Mine
we know
doesn't.
that it's shooting laser beams. I'm talking about maybe it having some healing properties or something.
Yeah.
But we don't have. So if you can't check it, and I guess Varanus would be probably the other one that would. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe
it'd be more divine magic, which Kyle
is only Kylam. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So, could I get
plants, herbs.
athletics checks from everyone with advantage?
All right, here we
go.
go.
Bolo's assistance.
Nice.
The captain, of course, is in animal form, scurrying his thing.
And Ray, we're gonna need athletics check. With advantage.
Wah, wah.
You get a second shot at this.
Yeah, sure. Hey.
Hey.
All right. So, for most of the, for the rest of the day, pretty much, you guys engage in your strenuous climb, but haven't seen or haven't caught sight of that shrine yet. But you have been slowed down for a little bit, so by the time night is falling or starting to get there, you start to notice that the rock face you're currently on seems to be a lot more soft, crumbly. There's fewer ledges or large ledges in this area. And so if you're looking for a place to rest, I'm going to need a survival check. Though I guess that is usually the captain's.
Captain. Counting on
I've
you,
said
Captain.
pretty good survival, so I was
I'm
gonna...
counting on you, Sweetness.
All right. So, Sweetness, you being familiar, right? You've got your pick, right? It's helping you climb, get around a little more easily. And you sort of get the idea that if you kept climbing vertically, you'd continue climbing on this softer, crumbly stone, because that's sort of just the vein that you're climbing on. But if you move laterally, right, around to another
called a
part,
traverse.
Sure. There you go. If you do a traverse, you will be able to hopefully find a new type of stone, and so taking the lead on that, you are able to guide the party
Safely to...
Well, got a lot with you there.
What new horrors? Oh, God.
Yeah.
What's below? Is that above or below us?
That is below. So,
Okay.
so as you do this traverse, right, you suddenly, Sweetness, your ears perk up to this. You hear this almost this shrill, ping, ping, this almost bird-like, sound, but coming from something much larger, and looking down the mountain, you see poking out of an outcropping below a large nest with a creature sort of perched, resting on one side of it.
Oh, didn't someone ask for like griffin feathers or something? Or said they pay a pretty penny for them.
They did.
Like in the market?
Yeah.
Down, I think that market, that's away from the
At the bottom of the Trader Shoals.
Yeah.
Right. There had been someone interested in purchasing griffin eggs.
Oh, griffin
'Cause they
eggs,
are-
huh?
Yes, because they are valuable to train as mounts, but once they are grown, they are undomesticable. Well, the captain informs you of this. And it seems this kind is actually a what we would call a coastal griffin. You notice their long bill-like beaks rather than the traditional eagle curved beak.
No kidding.
So these tend to eat a lot more, coastal, right, large fish, or even those barnacles we might have come across, right?
Okay, well, is this a risk we want to take right now? It strikes me as no.
I would say no.
Yeah.
Imagine
well,
if
we know where they're
eggs.
at. Yeah, we know where they're at.
I mean, if we
You
had the eggs and
also-
we could like run them as mounts, that'd be sweet. Just selling them to some dude is like, eh.
Well, yeah. That's
Right.
always
Yeah,
possible.
but we could get the eggs and keep them. We could raise them on the ship.
I think that'll take longer than our current quest, though. Like, I don't. That feels like that's a different quest.
I don't know, dude. We could be doing a reverse Grogu here. Like, what is the
That's true.
magical life cycle of these birds? I don't know.
That's true.
You don't know.
Could the captain make like a nature check and tell us how long these things take to like raise? In terms of, like,
It would actually be an
adulting?
Arcana check because they are magical. They're
Oh yeah.
I will go deep into my.
What sort of lore do I
Oh my
know?
gosh.
Ah! Yes.
Everything.
What tales do I know of these majestic birds?
Well, they're not birds. They're not
Oh,
birds, right? They are, of
Right.
course, magical amalgamations, right? Done by some sort of, wizardly.
Yes, like an owl bear type situation.
Exactly. That's. So normal griffins, right? They've been around for a long time. Maybe they were of magical creation. Maybe they emerged normally, but these specifically coastal griffins were engineered by mages, or so the tales go, because the mages were having too many problems with on their coastal towers, right? So they wanted this specific type of griffin to take care of threats around there.
Ah, a little eco-engineering, eh? Introduce, literally create a predator.
And well, they thrived so well, of course, and got out of hand, as wild things tend to do.
So I'm sorry. Did we say how long they take to raise?
Oh, that is a good question.
Like from egg to young adultish, like rideable, kind of.
Like, right.
Rideable age.
Which I assume is like young adult, you know.
They mature quickly, within a month.
All right, we'll get some eggs.
Yeah, because these were magically
So
created.
now we are going to try to sneak down and do this?
Well,
Yeah, so the idea is basically this could be, unless you want to just try and attack, right? This could be a skill challenge to try and rescue.
Avoid conflict?
Yes.
so that's it. I don't know that we all need to do this.
Or that's true too, right? This could be
Classic stealth techniques go to the stealthy team and not to the shit. Am I the stealthy team? Oh my god, this would be bad.
I think you are the
I am
stealthy
the
guy.
stealthy team. Okay. All right. In that case,
I could this could be a chance to test my wings. I could swoop down, says Bolo. And
make an
land
insight and Jack. Guess what his stealth score is?
You don't need one.
I guess
But,
correctly.
Yeah, it's it definitely wouldn't be stealthy. But well, I mean, I could even distract the thing while someone else came down.
Maybe. I mean,
That's not a bad idea.
that's not a bad idea. I think with them, we still need somebody to be the egg guy, though, and that needs to be the stealthy person, right? Somebody stealthy and
That would
fast.
probably be wisest.
I mean, I'm.
I've got a 2.
I have an okay sleight of hand. I'm slightly okay. I'm not super stealthy.
So
I have a 2.
I am good at both of those things. The issue is just that I'm super injured right now.
You can handle it.
Yeah, I can handle it. But my thought is, okay.
Oh, by this point, actually, that's a good point. By this point, Bungo, the aid granted to you earlier, has now worn off. So you, like Kylum, are much more restricted and you're basically incapacitated.
Yeah.
While you're at this level of hit points.
So I think it may be time to break out the restoration scrolls. I understand that we're going to a place. That place may help us, but it may not. But the larger point is we got to get there.
True.
So it may be time to just shoot our shot with these scrolls and see what we can accomplish.
Well, it is a bit windy out here, but
Can we put rocks on the scrolls? They don't blow away. Like, I don't. I'll hold on tight.
well, I'm just saying, with some components and I'll need someone to hold the scroll for me, so I can do the incantation.
All right, Sweetness, can you hold the scroll?
I'd be happy to.
Bungo, make a perception check. 'Cause
Okay.
you're looking over. You're enticed by you were the first one enticed by this egg situation.
Of course.
Oh, nice. Good.
You
rolls
notice that there's, an outcropping below that seems to lead to a cave, right? You notice, the wind acting differently down there, right? That there seems to be a deeper recess. And after noticing that, you see a subtle dwarven rune carved in to the stone outside of that cave entrance.
Guys, I see dwarf sign.
Does that mean a dwarf took a dump nearby? Like, what's the...
No. Yeah. I think there's a rune down there. I think maybe it marks the shrine.
Oh.
That bodes well.
Oh, well then we should. Is it close?
Yeah. I pointed out down on the cliff there. See the little outcropping?
I do. Yeah. Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, 60 feet down.
Given how many feet we've climbed, what's a little down climb here?
Yeah. I'm a little bit nervous that it puts us closer to the griffin.
Yeah.
A little nervous.
So yeah, the trick here would be to do it, all quiet like.
Yeah. That's fine. We weren't going to go fast anyway, given our horrible injuries.
One's-
No, we just take it slow,
Yeah.
nice and easy. No problem.
Varanus will have a feather fall on lock, right?
Yeah, you know that spell, right, Varanus?
Yes, but let me see if it's prepared.
Frankly, if you know Featherfall, can we just all Featherfall down right now? Can we just
We could.
do it right now? Like, cut out the middleman where we slip and fall and yell, and just Featherfall
I like
down
that.
right now.
I mean, it's such an interesting proposition.
We could just go all the way down to the griffin. I mean,
No, we're going to the rune, the dwarven thing first. Dwarven thing first. I mean, that's a good idea too, but like, there's no reverse feather fall is the problem. There's no feather lift.
fair enough. Yes. Okay. Here we go.
So yeah, up to 5 falling creatures. Great. Well, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us, but one of us has wings, so good to go.
Exactly.
Wings that will
Bolo's
definitely work.
This is fate. And he starts so his wings weren't always deployed, right? They're sort of packed up into this, so he starts unfolding them and oiling up the gears and rotors, and he's like, oh well, guess this is as good a time as any. Well, do you guys all jump off?
Indeed. After getting Featherfall cast on us first, and then we jump off.
Oh, I was gonna wait till you got close, so it'd be like,
Right.
you know, a very.
Yeah. Superhero landing, yeah.
A little excitement, yeah.
Oh, you want me to cast it? Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
So he does.
Great. So yes, we will slowly, consciously descend, and watch Bolo as he gives his wings a shot.
He leaps off the cliff,
Let's go, Bolo.
falling,
With style.
falling.
Bolo?
His wings are out. His wings are out. But he seems to just the wind catches up under them, like just like a bird, you know, at the last second. He's able to slow his fall enough and, you know, land on the cliff. And he's like, you know, pressed up against the wall. And he holds out an arm, you know, just with a thumbs up, while he starts to inch his way.
So the rest of us are still like feather falling down slowly, and I'm like, that is not what I pictured. I thought he was gonna fly. That seemed like more of a glide/fall situation.
Well, actually, so you guys fall as fast as he was falling.
Oh, okay. So we're like going at the same rate. Okay, so he's like feather
But
falling.
he sort of more jumped off and, like, you know, was more
Sure.
diving into it.
All right. Well, that's not too bad. Okay.
But I'm still going to require a group stealth check because, you know, you're still
Yeah.
visibly 6 coming down, right?
But we're moving so, you know,
Ooh,
slowly.
quite a spot.
We're good. We get advantage or something.
Does Bungo want to inspire anybody, or? Yeah, you could definitely have advantage, right? Because you're moving silently.
Woof. All right. Group stealth, maybe.
Sorry, the captain's in his.
Ooh!
The stealthiest.
Wow.
You'd love to see it, folks.
The group.
Ooh.
Well, look, the captain's with us.
Well, see, the captain, in his
God damn it! Captain.
very climby
Just turn into a fucking
squirrel
bird.
form, seems, you know, I mean, the group succeeds, but a griffin might have caught squirrel scent.
Damn it, Captain.
You know.
All right, everybody, get inside quick. Get inside quick before the griffin
So
shows
you guys
up.
all, duck inside this cave. It only goes back 30 feet or so. But even the ambient light doesn't require dark vision to see.
Mm-hmm.
Use posting now, hopefully. You could see a set of 3 statues, 3 just golden statues of dwarves, each of them with, well, a golden weapon or 2 that seem to be, well, not quite attached to the statues.
The belt just seems like
stepping in. Sorry. Also stepping in Kylum, you feel this wave of almost relief, that tingle on your skin seems to, well, not quite go away, but you know, it seems, well, like it's calmed down quite a bit, and you feel almost more like at rest in this small space. Like it's been consecrated, perhaps, at some point.
All right. Yeah. Well, that feels much better. So there's just the statues with the weapons, the rune outside. Let's think of anything else going on here that I need to be thinking about. I think that's basically it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew, all right. Well, this seems like a good place to take a breather and, maybe see if we could get those restoration scrolls working. Now that we're out of the wind.
Right. Yeah. So
I'll be able to hold firmly onto them.
who wants to go first?
Well, we didn't know if it was going to work, so I guess I'll go first and see what happens.
All right.
All right. And he is. Well, no, you don't want your inspiration, or you don't want an inspiration spent.
It's
on
not my choice.
I guess
it's
not
choice.
Varanus' choice either. Or he did say he would spend one.
Flip a coin.
I think I recall that.
Did he say that? Like
he sure seemed like he was going to. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Or would he save it for the second one? I don't know.
Good question.
Let me just note that down. Captain, perhaps you can assist me as well, right? Although you are more familiar with the style of magic, and although I'll be leading the casting, you could perhaps help contain the energy. So yeah, that's what the story point is going to be. So Marin and Varanus are going to sort of work together to cast and contain the higher level energy of this spell. So Kyle, how about you roll it for yourself?
Okay.
So you need to make a caster ability check for Varanus. So that is a +3, and you have advantage on the roll.
Okay, second one got there.
Second one got there.
First one did not.
That's funny. It only showed one die on my screen.
Oh.
And it was the one.
Yeah, the animations only showed one die, but I did it twice in rapid succession. And the second one rolled a 17.
Nice.
You know what a one would have been like a mishap, right? Like not just a didn't work.
Well, no, I'm sad it didn't happen.
Your theory is proved right yet again. But as the magic takes hold, right, the giant runes in which this was sort of written start to sort of almost peel away from these ancient spell scrolls and start hovering in the air, around you and swirling in this bright blue pattern, and it starts to settle over you, Kylum. And at first you feel like the magic feels like it's going to be way too much, right? It's like pushing back against Omarin and Varanus, but with your fortitude, your calm and serenity, your ability to flow with things, Kyle, you have been restored.
That's it. I can feel things again. My mouth doesn't taste like paper all the time. This is great. Boy, you never know how good it is not to be mummy rotted until you aren't mummy rotted. I'm sorry, that was rude of me.
Yeah, hang on, wait a second.
Bungo, you should go next.
All right, Bungo. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, give me a d20 +3 with advantage.
Okie doke.
You inspiring anybody?
No.
No.
Maybe I should have.
Get it with the no.
All right. let's see. Give me another D20.
Okay.
As the energy of the scroll continues to build beyond what your companions predicted. They thought they had it before. I can't even read that. Come on. There we are. All right. So, energy is building out of control. And suddenly it swirls back directly over Varanus. And he is now completely covered in this mucusy, gross slime.
How do you feel?
Bungo, you feel no effect.
I've been better.
Speaking of which, you shouldn't have any hit points.
Oh, I thought oh, right, I can't short rest. I'm such a bitch.
Well, you could.
Okay.
You could, but you try to rest, but it's
And it is short, but yeah, you gain nothing from it.
Varanus is like, I'm
Varanus, you
sorry,
okay?
Bungo. I don't know. I don't feel like anything's wrong except, gross.
Yeah, I started like wiping it off with like a rag.
As you do, it seems to just new stuff seems to seep out from under his scales. Like it's just
Baroness, that doesn't look very good.
Oh. Yeah, that's...
I would have suffered 10 times as much if it would have worked.
Well,
That sounds like something you'd say.
that's noble, but I go to, I go over to Sweetness. Like, I think he needs a doctor. He's got a condition.
That's a condition. Okay.
It's clearly a magically brought on condition
Like
from the scroll.
the
Mishap.
last conditions we've encountered. I don't think I can do anything about this, but I am going to take a sample.
Sure.
Collect a sample of goo.
So how do you wish to proceed now?
Well, Bungo, why don't you take it easy, and I will see what I can do about getting some of those eggs.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
I said we
You
could
gotta
use a
heal yourself
distraction.
first.
Oh yeah, I will definitely heal myself first. Can we just do like a short rest over here? Like,
Sure.
grab some stuff.
No, you got to go get them.
So let's spend some hit dice.
Yes, Bungo, it's painfully clear now. The sores are just getting larger and larger across your skin. It's almost like it's being like eaten away by something too small for the eyes to see. Even there's a patch on your face that's exposing some of the musculature beneath your jaw, or makes up your jaw.
Don't.
Feeling extremely crusty here, guys.
Phylum seems fine, however.
Yeah,
It looks great.
yeah, it's just a little rest and a little magical healing. I'm like fit as a
Though
fiddle,
your
right? Like,
armor is in very poor shape.
it is, but you know what? That's fine. I'm still like, you can see the underneath the armor. I'm like stretching and stuff. There's like big dents and stuff with like blood stains everywhere. But I'm like, all right, here we go. Lumbered up. Let's go. All right, let's go steal an egg.
All right. You were calling for a distraction.
Yes. Bolo.
And the captain speaks up. Since there are eggs, it's likely that there are 2 griffins in
Yeah.
this nest. So we might want to be careful about how, well, you're being stealthy, of course, but even a distraction potentially draw the mate.
Yeah, I am nervous about that. You know, maybe we could just lead it away. Like, does anybody feel like they have a way that they could distract it or pull it away that would that they could get away from safely, basically?
We could make a little paper airplane. It should fly for miles from up here. And maybe the thing would chase it.
Well, it's going to fly miles even if it drops straight down.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was like, even if it just plummets. But probably with wind currents and all that.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a 30-foot range on this here minor illusion.
Ooh.
Well, can you create... Oh, Bunko, could you create a smell with that illusion?
I don't think so.
No, it's a sounder object.
No.
Sound or image. Blech, sound or
There's
image.
perhaps an enticing smell on that object that we drop might be able to lure it even better.
Well, let's see. And maybe we could make a smell using spices from my handy spice pouch.
Ooh. Well, I mean, who wants to make a check to see what kind of spices might entice?
Does this creature have good taste?
Yeah.
Bungo, this sounds like something of lore and legend.
Sure.
We do know a lot about these creatures already because he did so
It's
well in
true.
the role last time. So maybe we can come with something.
Or do you need an Arcana?
No, that's good because
All
with your knowledge from last time, the tales are fresh in your head, and you seem to remember that these things, for whatever reason, are attracted to tarragon. Perhaps it's a remnant of, the original creator, the wizard, who used tarragon in his breeding or rearing practices, but tarragon.
All right.
Well, I will pull out Heward's handy spice pouch. And I'm sure I have some tarragon in here. This is like we should.
It handily appears in your hand. What are you applying the spice to?
Fantastic question. Honestly, what I'm picturing is, honest to God, a paper airplane. Because, yeah, that's the idea here. Is just like,
Wait. You want to build a paper airplane when I could build you a little flying contraption?
oh well, that would be
So,
better. Sure, yeah, that would be great.
That bit with Merlin is trying, and the Sword in the Stone, and he winds his beard up into it.
So yeah, he'll make a check with his artificer's tools.
All right.
Nice. All right. So he even has this little he created a little like bellows that, as its wings sort of pump, the bellows spits out some of the tarragon dust behind it.
Cool. And that's it. The idea is we want to throw it in a way where it just like kind of goes nearby the nest, like not like trying to bonk anybody in the face here, but just in that general direction, and hopefully it'll like take kind of a nice lazy flight down and around for a while, and just sort of peter off into the distance, and hopefully lead the creature on a nice little wild Terrigan chase.
All right. Well, for this, Kylum, I will need a dexterity-based attack roll, but you do not get your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
So just add your, dexterity check, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to understand what.
Yeah.
Sure. 23.
Oh. With very graceful alacrity, you just you feel the weight of this little contraption. You see how its wings move, and you're just able to just put it right in a favorable wind current, so it drifts lazily down, swooping right past the griffin's bill. And it even like almost goes after it.
Go for it.
And as the contraption disappears, sort of beyond the edge of the cliff, you hear a squawk from this creature, and in a flurry of feathers, its wings spread and it leaps and starts soaring down the cliffside.
Just like catnip to a displacer beast. Here we go. All right.
So you are roughly 50 feet.
Featherfall.
Well, that is probably worn off by now.
The original Featherfall is definitely worn off. Varanus, he's like, well, I have only one spell left. I would rather not.
Yeah, you're a little short. I'm just going to climb down. In fact, can I, rather than climbing down traditionally, can I make a point of sort of, like acrobatically sort of free falling? The idea being like just think like in a video game when you're like descending really quickly down a ladder or like a thing, and the game doesn't want to make you do it really slowly, so you just sort of your character just like bouncing kind of like from one step to the next, like do. That's the game plan here.
Slow descent parkour.
Yeah, very parkourish. Yeah, kind of parkour down acrobatically is the key phrase here.
All right. Sure. So you can make an acrobatics check, but I'm going to give you a -2 on the roll because of the state of your armor, right? It's making it a little harder to move.
Put me in a tough spot here. All right, fine. That's fine. -2. 13. That seems like a big difference from 15. It's not terrible.
That's not, no, it wasn't terrible. So you're able to make it down pretty much halfway.
Yeah.
You jump off the side of the cliff, but right as you reach this sort of slightly bigger ledge, you almost lost your balance, right? And almost teeter off, head over heels. But you pull yourself back.
Not again, Kylan. Not again. We're not falling off this thing again. It's okay. It's okay.
Make a wisdom saving throw, if you will, please.
Absolutely. 17.
All right. So you, again, master this potential fear that's been building since your falling adventures.
That's right. We fell. We survived. We'd survive this time too. But we're not gonna, because we're not gonna fall.
All right. So give me another check, or do you do the same thing to descend?
Yeah, that's the same idea now, is to just sort of jump across, sort of, but down as much as I can.
Are you going to try to land in the nest?
Yeah, I think it's like, as I get close enough, I'm basically just like do like a flip and try to like grab onto the edge of the nest as I get close.
Oh, cool. All right.
Nat 20.
Hey!
Yeah, dude, those were all great rolls.
All right, so Kylum, silent, glinting in his armor, his bent and bloodied armor, flips around, grabbing the edge of the nest. Not too hard, not throwing anything off balance. Just enough, and you easily can pull yourself in if you wish.
I do. And yeah, I'm coming up and I'm trying, looking at the eggs, and I'm taking a look to see like how big they are. Now that I'm up close to them, like what can I see? How big are they? Can I carry them?
Yes, you're looking around. You can make me. So you see, basically eggs in various states, right? There seem to be a few that are intact. There seem to be others that have previously hatched, old shells. You see others that are sort of half buried in the straw and, all the nest stuff that may be still intact. So you might need more of an investigation check to see how many in total you might be able to get. But all of these eggs, yeah, they're about 10 inches long each, but not too, yeah. So around there, yeah. So not massive, but and they're also sort of slender. They're not as like wide as around as other eggs. So with some padding, you think you could probably fit at least a good 4 or 5 in a backpack.
Yeah, my goal here, I definitely don't want to take more than I can carry, because like if I get up top and even if I realize I broke one of them, it's like I understand that I am fundamentally kind of like abducting this creature's children, and I'm not going to be wasteful and like break a bunch on the way out, right? Like I will only take as many as I know I can safely carry. Okay.
Sure.
That's a roll.
Yeah, sweetness. You can make a survival check. You're trained in it, right? Too. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So are you investigating, Kylum?
Yes.
To find how many eggs? All right.
Yeah, just to find the ones that look like, to my knowledge, healthy. I apparently can't really tell the difference.
Yeah, you're like, I'm just gonna grab some eggs.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I didn't really pay attention in Egg Day.
Roll me 3d4.
Okay.
So you think there are 8 viable eggs. That would be difficult, definitely, to make it away with all of them by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I don't think we really need more than 4 or 5. So that's probably more where my head's at here.
Sure.
Just take 4, I guess, is I think a good number.
Yeah. Do you think you have room in your pack? What does Kylum generally carry?
So the issue is I do travel pretty light, but I also have some weird loot in there right now. So I have some like random loot that we've picked up in our adventure so far. Notably a giant sapphire ring.
Right.
So that's kind of the biggest thing that I'm carrying beyond just like, the tinderbox, some rations, things like that. That's concerning.
Well, yeah. So you'd be able to fit the eggs in with that ring, but yeah, the concern would be more breakage. But that said, you could strap the ring somewhere on your, on your person while you put all the eggs.
Yeah, I'll just like tie the ring to my belt,
Sure.
to the side of my armor here, just wrap it around. Hey, I'm not too worried about it. My priority is the eggs.
Yeah. All right. So you wrap those up. Give me a sleight of hand check. See how well these wrappings went.
Here we go.
Um,
It's not the worst.
As you're wrapping things up, a blast of air comes erupting out of like all the nooks and crannies of the spur itself.
Whoa, have I seen something like that?
And I need everyone to make me a strength saving throw.
Oh.
Including me.
We don't have advantage or anything from any of the climbing stuff, do we?
Well, I was gonna say, if you're in the cave, you definitely have advantage, right? If you haven't come out to while Kylan was doing his thing. I think it might be most people.
Oh, thank God.
But Kylan, yeah, definitely.
Yes. I rolled poorly on this one. I rolled a 3.
Oh, that was you.
That was me.
Well, now I need a dexterity saving throw.
As you will. 14?
All right. So, again, nearly falling today.
Juggling bullshit. Like I feel like I'm like juggling them now. Like, no.
But not yet. Yes, you manage to maintain hold of all the eggs. Nearly get blasted. You sort of hook your legs into the nest, right? You know, and as this blast of air, you smell almost this like this acidic, right, scent coming with the air, right? It's this very acrid scent boiling up from under the earth somewhere. But the blast subsides, and you you maintain your footing, and everyone else did too. Look at that. All right, Kylan, how do you get back up?
I climb very carefully.
Did you want like Bolo to like have a rope down, or
I mean, I assume that like climbing from here, I didn't imagine there'd be a rope long enough to get all the way down here because it's kind of long. I figured I'd have to at least climb for a while. Maybe there's a rope when I get closer.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to lower a rope, like, I wouldn't complain.
Well, Bolo was out there because he had his wings. He was
Sure.
so excited after using them. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna stand here.
So yeah,
if you need help,
when I get back to the cliffside, I'll be like. For those who aren't looking at the screens, I'm miming lower the rope.
All right, so give me an athletics check. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a normal check this time because your climbing kit gives you advantage, but the eggs you want to be careful and delicate.
14.
And you do so well enough to reach the rope. Once you get there, right, it's a simple matter of you working together to ascend and make it back.
And I come out with my haul of eggs. I pull them out of the pack carefully, each wrapped in a little bit of hide. I'm like, yeah. Kid. I got them. I got the eggs. We got the eggs. We're gonna have mounts.
And breakfast. Now what we should do is be like, you know what? Let's just walk down, take a couple of months, raise these things up, and we'll come back.
We'll fly back later.
We'll just fly to the top of this thing.
I might be dead from mummy rot by then, I'm afraid.
True. Should we also consider maybe stashing the eggs somewhere? Because I feel like running around and doing combat with them is a bit high stakes.
Maybe we can keep them in the shrine.
No, we've really saddled ourselves with something here.
Possibly. That may be something to figure out next week. It's 11 something now.
You're right.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just about time we wrap up so we can figure out how the group wants to proceed. They've managed to avoid attracting the Griffin's notice thus far.
Make it to the top of this tower.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
That's it. We've half cured ourselves of mummy rot, but we still need to find a more well-rounded solution. But hopefully we can figure that all out in 2 weeks when we come back and keep playing.
Agreed?
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone out there. Great gaming with you. Come see us again.
GG's.
See ya. Bye.